Hello Earthlings, this is Ellie, the screen part of Page and Screen, and today I've got 4 movies for you in my first video. The Grand Budapest Hotel, Her, Snowpiercer, and A Long Way Down. So let's get started with the Grand Budapest Hotel. What happens in 3 sentences? In 1968, an author is told by former lobby boy Zero how he got to own the Grand Budapest. Some 30 years before, Zero helped Monsieur Gustave when he was imprisoned for murder. Together they fight leather-clad villains to claim what is rightfully Monsieur Gustave's. The humour in this film is just absurd. I mean, there's a scene when Monsieur Gustave is leaning over the dead body of Madame D, and what he says is, "You're looking so well, my darling, you really do. I don't know what sort of cream they put on you down on the morgue, but I want some." You should watch this film because there's a bunch of really great actors. It has Bill fucking Murray, and it has Ralph Fiennes, and it has Tilda Swinton. It has really awesome actors. Really colourful. There's a sort of substitute SS, which is the ZZ, of course. I mean, just in the style of the hotel, they put flags up that are pink and have the ZZ sign all over them. So you can imagine the level of absurdity in this made-up land of Zubrovka. This movie definitely wins the award for most symmetrical shots ever. Watch this movie, you'll have loads of fun. Moving on to Her, and him, Joaquin Phoenix. What happens in just 2 sentences? Mustachioed man buys new operating system voiced by Scarlett Johansson. Mustachioed man then falls in love with new operating system voiced by Scarlett Johansson. Right? Right? No, well, not quite. This is not just about media alienating us from each other. I mean, it's also about that. You see loads and loads of people just crossing paths, and each and every one of them is speaking into their operating systems. But it's also about wanting to be with someone and at the same time wanting to live independently. It's a story about people growing away from each other. It's meant for the operating system. As time goes on, she's learning more. She's updating, she's meeting other operating systems, and she grows away from the main character, whose name I have apparently forgotten. I'm bad with names, sorry. And you should also watch this movie because it has an amazing scene with a made-up video game which is called The Mum Simulator. This movie definitely wins the award for misused marketing. Moving on to the 3rd film, Snowpiercer. What happens in just 1 sentence? After a dreadful experiment that freezes the earth, the rest of humanity tries to survive in a massive train. You should absolutely watch this if you're interested in Asian cinema, because it's a great mix of Western traditions and Asian traditions. This movie also has an awesome cast. It includes Chris Evans, whom you know as Captain America, Octavia Spencer, Tilda Swinton, John Hurt, and Luke Pasqualino, whom you know as D'Artagnan, the BBC's adaptation of The Musketeers. Oh, and also Billy Elliot, all grown up. The only thing that bothered me a bit about this movie was when Chris Evans' character finds out what their rations are made out of. I'm not going to spoil it, but later in the movie you will see that he ate far worse things, so it's a bit exaggerated. But otherwise, Chris Evans' lead character, whose name I've also forgotten, of course, he makes really dubious decisions. You know this movie trope when a secondary character is near dying and it's like, "No, you can leave me behind." And the main character's like, "No, I can't go on without you." But in this movie, Chris Evans just says, "Well, yeah, let's go on without you." And as far as defying movie tropes goes, this is pretty interesting. This movie wins the award for Best Fish Sacrifice Before Battle. You'll know what it's about if you watch the movie. And the last one today, A Long Way Down. What happens in just 3 words? Cringe-worthy Suicide Club. This is the one movie this time where I'm gonna say you should not watch this movie, because this is a shitty literary adaptation, and it's also just a really mediocre film overall. I read the book and it was about surviving from day to day. It's almost like this movie's message is, if you attempt suicide, it isn't too bad. Pierce Brosnan will talk you out of it and everything will be fine. And they're literally dancing around in the sea at one point. It's just... This movie wins the award for Worst Performance in a Leading Role by Pierce Brosnan, and that includes the Mamma Mia musical movie. So this is it for today, very first video. Woo! If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Also, stay tuned for the page part of Page and Screen. It's gonna be uploaded soon. Bye!